Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am W2Best and I make videos about tech, travel and inspiration. Right now I am in full-on traveling mode and I'm doing a 6 weeks interrail trip all the way throughout Europe. My most recent leg on this trip was traveling from Paris to Barcelona. One of the longest trips you can make on a high-speed train in Europe in daytime. I've never been traveling with TGV before, and I was super stoked to try out these high-speed trains that will take you in over 300 kilometers per hour all the way through France and into Spain. I was trying to book this with my Interrail ticket while being in London, but it was really complicated. The Interrail ticket booking system is just something I don't like at all, and it's very smooth to book tickets while you are at the train stations in the country where you want to travel. But in this case, I really wanted a reservation to know that I would be able to go from Paris to Barcelona that day when I needed to travel. So I actually had to pay full price for this ticket. Instead of just paying the reservation fee, which was roughly 30 euros, I got to pay 120 euros for this ride. That's annoying, but I just had to make the sacrifice because I wanted to make sure that I arrived in Barcelona in time to then be able to head to Madrid in time. Comparing this train ride to Eurostar, the boarding and security was almost nothing at all. So that speaks a little bit about the difference of leaving Great Britain compared to leaving France to go to Spain. There was no border control, no passport, no security. The only thing you did was scan your ticket after being in a quite chaotic line for a while, and then you just go up to the coach and find your spot, and then you spend the rest of the train ride in that spot. I just had breakfast before I went there, and then I came straight to the train, so I didn't check out the Gare de Lyon station that much, where the train was leaving from. But Gare de Lyon is a little bit smaller than Gare du Nord, so it's a little less hectic than when you arrive to Gare du Nord, for example, when traveling from London or traveling from Brussels. I had extremely high expectations for this train ride. My first ever TGV, although it's a combination of TGV and Renfe, which is the Spanish train company. But I was actually a bit disappointed. The train was relatively old and the seats were not that comfortable, not able to recline. I didn't have a table in front of me. I was placed in a setup where only the seats next to this window had tables. Also, only those seats had power jacks, so you kind of lacked different things that you really want when you're such a long train ride, 6.5 hours. The thing that I liked about it was that finally there was a trash bin available, so I could put my trash right next to my seat instead of having to walk away with it and put it somewhere else. That's very handy, and that makes sure that you don't put trash around your seat and then just forget about it. The toilets on this train were insanely small. I'm a tall person and I could barely fit in there. If you've gone on planes, plane toilets are usually bigger than the toilets in this TGV train. I would actually really prefer them to have made the toilets on these trains a little bit bigger. I believe there would be space for it, so it's just annoying to have to bend down to be able to go to the toilet. There is a Wi-Fi connection, and it was quite hard to connect to it with the ticket number. That wouldn't work. But then they had this personal assistant set up, so you just say that I'm traveling with an international ticket to Barcelona, and then you were instantly connected to the internet. They had a portal where you can find out all kinds of information, although you couldn't watch movies like you could in the Eurostar, which was an amazing feature there. Full-length movies available for you with offline viewing, so you didn't have to care about buffering or anything like that. The only thing you had available on this train was a few videos about the French train company and how they work with different things in their business, which I, to be honest, didn't find that interesting to watch. One of the main things that I really liked about the trip was the environment that you were passing through. You're passing the ocean, you're passing through mountains, you're passing beautiful forests and also beautiful fields. It's really a treat to go through such a big part of France and then also come into Catalonia in the end and arrive into Barcelona. All in all, I had a decent experience, but I wouldn't recommend this train if it wasn't for the fact that it's the only way that you can get from Paris to Barcelona except flying. It's a high-speed service, takes you 6.5 hours, which is good, but I really would have liked to receive a different seat or have a different seat configuration, because this configuration where I didn't have a table was definitely not my preferred seat choice. I'm probably gonna travel on this train again when I'm gonna go back north from Barcelona later on in the middle of November. So then I'm gonna look for a different seat and see if that changes my overall experience. I'm W2Best and I make videos about tech, travel and inspiration. I hope to see you in the next video. Have a really nice day. I'm heading out to Madrid. Bye bye.